And right now, I'd like to welcome the board president of GRF, Tom Circle. And Tom, good to see you this morning.
Good to see you too. Thank you.
And today we're going to talk about a little bit about what the GRF board has been up to, some things that it has done, some stuff that's on the horizon, right?
That's correct. You know, the GRF board, when we do things, we listen to residents. We'll continue to do that. We want to listen to corporate members. And of course, work with the staff to create projects that are in the best interest of the entire community.
Yeah, for sure.
Examples, in 2017, the Golden Rain Foundation, with a lot of assistance of staff, completed over 27 projects that ranged from LED conversions for energy and safety purposes to the clubhouse commercial appliance upgrades, other energy improvements such as the HVAC and roof replacement at Clubhouse 5. We've installed the new SimuSat antenna. I believe that's SimuSat antenna. And so we've done a lot of things. For 2018, we have over 33 projects either started or beginning in the very near future. Some of these are, again, Clubhouse 1, 4, and 6, the HVAC systems, that's the air conditioning systems. For Clubhouse 7, the boiler and water heater replacement. For Clubhouse 1, 4, 5, maintenance. And of course, a really big project that we'll be working on immediately in 2018 is our security gates. Gates 1, 2, 3, and 4 will receive their security gates, and of course, gates 7, 8, 9, and 14. That's a very exciting project to finish the security gates for the entire community. Also, we will be doing some improvements to Village Greens, or referred to Restaurant 19, at the golf course.
Yeah, those are all exciting, and you know, the HVAC system, sometimes people don't think about that, but they feel it, right?
They feel it, and again, it's about a program of maintenance and putting in things and doing things to keep our facilities nice for our residents to enjoy.
Yeah, and of course the security gates have been talked about and coming up in all these 4 locations. It's great that these are going to be coming online over the next year or so. Yes.
You know, GRF and the housing mutuals and corporate members, we have a meeting coming up next week. And what's on the agenda? Well, the corporate members meeting on January 30th will be a discussion between the boards and their corporate councils, which means it qualifies to be a closed session meeting. It is expected that, among other things, potential trust amendments will be discussed by our legal staffs, legal amendments proposed on the process and procedure for future capital projects in the village, working on agreeing to a process and a system to where what projects would need corporate members' approval and which wouldn't.
And you wanted to emphasize no votes are going to be held at that time.
There's no vote for any project at this meeting. There's nothing on the board to vote on, so people need to understand that that will not be happening on the 30th.
Yeah, so let's talk about the buzz on pickleball. This has been an ongoing big subject really for several years, but it's really sort of culminated over the last few months, right?
And I'm really, Ken, I'm really glad you asked me that. Today, it's my privilege to announce a new vision and direction for residents to enjoy court sport play here in Laguna Woods Village. It's very exciting. This pickleball project began when our board listened to residents and corporate members in December. We voted to rescind a contract with a contractor to do 6 pickleball courts at less than $500,000 at gate 16. The board sent staff back to look at options, including a much larger court facility recently. This new vision and direction entails preliminary proposal by staff to provide more courts for both pickleball and paddle tennis players with a savings to the tune of over $1 million.
Nice.
From a project that we were going to propose.
Yeah, very nice.
That's exciting to be able to save that kind of money. And when I tell you exactly what we're going to be proposing, I think you'll understand my excitement in it. It's kind of a maintenance of effort approach, which is going to include redeveloping the existing 4 paddle tennis courts and constructing 7 new pickleball courts in the same footprint, at the same location.
All right, very good.
The work involves constructing a post-tension slab on top of the existing slab, which would include an extended warranty subject to ongoing maintenance that we would be doing. This recently developed process has been used by many communities to convert tennis and other courts to pickleball courts. It's a new process, relatively new for us, and the staff just really recently discovered it. The original courts inside Gate 12 were not constructed with post-tension slab, and that's the primary reason why it has issues.
Yeah.
And the primary reason why for several years we've been looking at fixing the problem. And because it didn't have this tension slab, there has been issues. Our staff recently obtained a geotechnical study in addition to review of a structural plan for the existing courts. No studies to date have been done in this much detail, which is just tremendous. It's tremendous
there's
work.
There's been an awful lot of time spent looking into this.
The staff has really went the extra mile, and so has the GRF board. The staff will be developing preliminary estimates for construction of 2 new paddle tennis courts just north of the existing tennis courts.
Okay.
So
right that area.
Paddle tennis will get 2 courts for just paddle tennis.
Okay.
Behind the tennis courts adjacent to them, which is a perfect area
May
for
I
them.
ask you a question?
Yes.
And I want to make sure I understood you correctly. Going back to one of the things you said, that other communities converted tennis courts to pickleball courts. You're not doing this here.
No.
You're just looking at the same type of technique they use to put that slab down over the pickleball courts that are there now.
Correct.
Okay.
And we will be able to accommodate 7 courts there.
Very good.
In the same footprint. And this will also, again, give paddle tennis their own 2 courts, because a lot of tennis players play paddle tennis and tennis. And you don't have to mess with, the courts will stay separate, yet be right there to where they can do either one.
Okay, and I hear for golfers, you're looking into some much needed maintenance around the driving range.
Of course, in looking at this project, for the golfers, there's been some maintenance that's needed on the driving range. And what we're talking about, maybe some leveling, some netting, those kinds of things to improve the driving range, to make it more functional for the golfers to practice on. And that's a very big deal there also. And it's very cheaply done. The estimates of all of this work are, again, saving us $1 million from a project we were considering across the street for just pickleball.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's just amazing. And the new direction for the court sports, all it's needed to be developed by staff, all of these projects will go to our committees. These proposed projects, once the staff comes up with some reasonable numbers and some reasonable work, what it would take to, the work to be done. That will go to our Community Activities Committee for further debate, further detailing. Also, then it would go to Maintenance and Construction, the other GRF committee, and lastly, it would go to our Finance Committee for approval. It all has to go through that same system.
Right.
And then that would be, recommendations would come to the full GRF board for a final vote before we would start this project.
And I want to point out to the folks watching that we often will give you the times for these meetings, but if they go into the community website, you go under calendars and then boards, you can click on whatever particular board, whether it's GRF or one of the mutuals, and a calendar comes up. Mm-hmm. And it will show all those meetings there. You can actually click on the link there and it'll pull up an agenda if one has been created. So we encourage you, I know Director Circle especially encourage you to go to these committee meetings, because
yes, I've said that over and over. And with this particular projects that we're going to be proposing, I want any resident who has any interest in them, please come to the committee. Also, when we would vote on it, when it would come back to our full board, that will be agendized. People will know about it. They can also come that day if they'd like to. And we welcome them to be there. We love their comments and input into this very, very new direction and exciting moment here in the village. We've been working on this pickleball issue for several years.
Yes.
This has been, staff has done an amazing job. The GRF board has done wonderful work, and now it's time to go to the finish line and to complete this, develop it, and bring it back to, of course, to the board. And I'm telling you, this is a win-win for this entire community. If you look at what we're proposing in the direction we're going to go, we'd like to go, the cost saving is astonishing. The process will continue to be the same as it's supposed to be. Committee work, input from residents, input from the corporate members to develop proposals to be voted on in an appropriate way in the appropriate time where people know it, they see it, they participate in it. It's a win-win for all of us. This, I'm very, very proud of the work that staff has done, and of course the work that's already been done by our committees and the committee chairs of maintenance and construction, community activities, and finance. They can't wait to get this latest proposal in front of them, vet it, look at it, and give us a recommendation back. So today is a very, very good day for us, I think, and I think all of us, corporate members, residents, staff, GRF board members, can all collectively thank each other for what looks like could be a tremendous upgrade to court play. Everybody's going to get their own little thing, and I'm just excited to be able to do that. And of course, anytime you can save money, and when it says $1 million to save, I'm in for that. All right, sounds great. A good 2018 coming up. Thank you. Good to see you, sir. And remember, go to those committee meetings, and GRF's next regular monthly board meeting will be Tuesday, if I have the date right, February 6th. Correct. Right? All right. Yes. You take care, and we'll be right back. Thank you.